Princess Eugenie has revealed she calls Tracey Emin Aunty Tracey after the pair became friends as English women living in New York. The royal, 33, spoke about her close friendship, the controversial artist revealing they used to hang out and chat about art while having dinner and going from brunches together. Speaking on Kate Fordon on the White Wine Question Time podcast, she said, "I met her in England, but we moved to New York at the same time. She became Aunty Tracey because we would hang out in New York not really knowing anyone. I'd seen everything she'd done in 1997. I did art history at school, and read about her. When you see someone in a history book and then meet in real life, it's bizarre. Most of the time it would be going to her apartment, having dinner, chatting about her art. We'd have brunch in New York. She's such a lovely person, I want to get to know her, she's such a remarkable woman." Eugenie has been pictured with Tracey several times over the years. Eugenie moved to New York in September 2013 for a job at Paddle 8, an online auction house in the city owned by her friend, old Etonian Alexander Gilks. Backers of the auction house included the former enfant terrible of British art, Damien Hirst, gallery owner Jay Jopeling, who is also the ex of Hollywood film director Sam Taylor Johnson, and banking heir Matthew Mellon, ex-husband of former Jimmy Choo boss Tamara. The role paid her only £25,000 a year, but was invaluable for that little black book. Other chums picked up during her NY stint include Sting's daughter, Mickey Sumner, and actor Eddie Redmayne. Elsewhere, Eugenie said she's lucky to have a bit of her grandmother in her, as she revealed how she always goes to Sister Beatrice for advice. She opened up about the values the late Queen Elizabeth instilled in her from a young child, including staying strong, kind and dutiful. She said, "Her sense of duty and her dedication and her love of her people, it really happened in public like you all saw, and it happened in private with us. We learned how to do things from her, as well as how to talk to people, how to stay strong and dutiful and kind. She really instilled in us a huge amount, and gosh, I am lucky to have a bit of her." When she died, I said that to people, how lucky I am to have part of her in me. Also in the podcast, Eugenie candidly spoke about her relationship with her sister Beatrice and how her mother, Sarah Ferguson, grounded her. She said, "My sister, she is incredible. She's a great mum. I always ring her. I ring her for nearly everything." She added, "My mum, she really grounded in me this sense of giving back, and it comes quite natural wanting to do that because of watching her growing up." She's founded a charity herself and built schools and went round the world, and we shared her with all the children we could think of that she needed to help. So I very much grounded a lot of my giving back into what she did. Her example is definitely something I live by. Same goes really for my grandmother. She was just one of the best people in the world. It comes after Eugenie hailed Theresa May as an inspiration for her work to end modern slavery during her career. She told the politician it was really cool she had put such a strong focus on the subject when she was Home Secretary and latterly Prime Minister. Ms. May was the first guest on the second series of Floodlight, the podcast run by Eugenie and Julia de Boinville's Anti-Slavery Collective, which has returned on Anti-Slavery Day. As the former PM launches a global commission on modern slavery, she chatted to the podcast hosts about her work in developing the Modern Slavery Act, which was passed in 2015, and how it came about. At the end of the conversation, Eugenie told Mrs. May the work she has done to combat modern slavery is amazing and added, "You're a massive inspiration to us." Elsewhere during the discussion, the royal mother of two said it was really cool that the former prime minister and cabinet member had made tackling modern slavery her big thing when she was in office. Julia and Eugenie, who founded the Anti-Slavery Collective in 2017, discussed their work with children as they carry out workshops in schools to help young people understand the signs of modern slavery. The politician praised the pair for their work in educating young people, which she said is not being widely done at the moment. The return of the podcast is Princess Eugenie's first big project since giving birth to her second son, Ernest, in May. Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's youngest daughter, who is also mother to 2-year-old August, revealed Ernest George Ronnie Brooksbank was born at the Portland Hospital in London, just like his older brother August, in May. Weighing 7 pounds 1 ounce, his name pays tribute to his late grandfather, Jack's dad George, who died aged 72 in 2021, and Fergie's father Major Ronald Ferguson. Eugenie also said his name was a tribute to his great-great-great-grandfather George V, whose middle name was also Ernest.